how to track your progress in Jiu Jitsu, let me throw a few ideas at you. First of all, you should get a training log so that when you get done training Jiu Jitsu, you can write down all the things you learned in class that day and write them down in enough detail so you can come back to them later, maybe months later, and be able to understand what it was that you learned that day. Also, write down any epiphanies, any new concepts you learned, anything that wasn't really a technique, but it was something that improved your jiu-jitsu. Write those things down as well. Next, write down the things you did well during that training session. A lot of times we tend to feel bad about our jiu-jitsu leaving the training room because we're just keeping track of the wins and the losses, but there will always be things that you did well, and you should write those things down as positive reinforcement. Next, write down the things that you didn't do well. Maybe you keep getting your guard passed, maybe whatever. Write that down, and then write down what it is that you want to improve upon next time you go to train. That's your homework. Think about it, maybe do some research on that subject so that you can go back to train the next time with something actionable that you want to improve upon. The next piece of advice I have for you is flowchart out your game. You can use flowcharting software if you want, or if you're artistically inclined, you can get a giant sheet of paper, throw it on your wall, and start drawing out your game. Do it offensively and defensively by position. So let's say your guard game consists of a collar choke and a kimura and an omoplata and a triangle. Well, you would create those clusters in your flowchart, and that way, as you're learning new things, you can keep rounding out your flowchart, and it also lets you look and see what things you're neglecting that are part of your game that you should be focused on. The last piece of advice I have for you is videotape yourself rolling. This is one of the most valuable things that you can do as a jiu-jitsu athlete, and I've been videotaping myself going all the way back to when I was a white belt. And let me tell you, watching yourself roll will always reveal all sorts of things. You'll see missed opportunities. You'll see ways in which you're moving that aren't efficient. You will see all sorts of things, and including you'll see things that you did well. But also, videotaping yourself rolling lets you go back in time and see what you used to roll like, because a lot of times in jiu-jitsu, it doesn't feel like we're getting better and we're not progressing. But if you go back and you watch your own progress, then you're not going to feel like you're not really improving, because compared to the old you, you're doing great. So those are some suggestions, and I hope it helps.